This is a battle close on the heels of the great plains battle that we just fought. This is the Battle of Cirta, which is Syphax versus Massinissa. Massinissa has Liolus on his side. Basically, this is a pursuit coming in from with Roman Cav, Numidians under Massinissa, and the Velites back here that have been sent off to dispatch the remainder of whatever Numidia can pull up. Syphax is able to grab his own forces here. Now, I thought he went away in chains at the end of the Great Plains battle, but here he is in this battle again. Maybe this is the battle just before they capture him. He may escape in Great Plains, and then there's a battle here. I don't know. Anyhow, I don't have enough of a desire to look up Great Plains again and see what's covered in there, and then see if there's something actually wrong going on. Syphax has a couple of Numidian leaders, both very good. Everything in their countermix is pretty good. Using Mahrabal as a replacement for some dude named Vermina, who didn't exist as of the time of this C3I magazine, and they didn't put him in as an insert in this magazine. Maybe they put him in a later one, I don't know. But obviously I don't have him. I think I don't have anything from the magazines. I thought I did for a while. Although I don't know where I got all my I've got a bunch of Jews from the I think the Maccabee revolt, and I don't know where they could have come from. I mean, they're not covered in any of the SPQR scenarios. Anyway, for the Romans, they've got a Numidian line in the front under Massinissa. They got Roman Cav, Velites. They'll line up for the Numidians, Cav on the flanks, and some mixed infantry, mediums and lights in the center, with the lights on the edges of that. Let's see what happens. And here we see where the field has gone at the end of one turn. Let's take a look at the Romans. They had to kind of move first because their leaders, for the most part, other than Massinissa, are less valuable. And they pulled the Velites up. The Cav kind of swung it forward a little to their left flank, hoping to do some kind of outflanking action. And likewise, they sent the Numidians a little to the right flank, again, hoping to push that way. Now, the Numidians moved last. Well, not quite last. These Numidians moved after Massinissa's Numidians. Whatever. It's going to be hard to remember who's who. The pet Numidians versus the homegrown ones. I don't know. Anyway, what we're seeing here, I positioned their left flank out in kind of this really serious outflanking type position, thinking that I'd be able to do something kind of impressive there, but Massinissa just kind of shifted his forces. He didn't charge forward full on. He doesn't want to expose his flank seeing this, and then, well, moving the infantry forward to help cover that position, and then these moved forward in a more extreme fashion because they don't have the support of that infantry, so they're going to be wheeling around and trying a more severe type of outflank, I guess. All right, well, on to the next turn. Well, the Numidians kind of didn't realize how much danger they had put themselves in. The Roman Cav has slid around and hit a flank, but these are Numidians. They can take it. I mean, they really can. And it would be different if it had been this flank, but with this flank, it's just a minor inconvenience, perhaps. But now they're going to be able to double around and hit the Romans and maybe envelop them and take them out. Over on this, in the center, the Romans have moved forward with their Velites. Helps maybe screen that possibility a little bit. Now I guess we're on to our great leader. See how much Massinissa can command. 1, 2, 3. See, he doesn't have them all in command, so he's going to need a line command to move everyone. That's the problem. But these guys are more important. I can't get everybody in command anyway. there aren't a lot of cav left. We'll leave it at that. All right, let's see what happens with our 5-point leaders. And on this side, the Numenidians actually get the key, hitting Massinissa's forces in the flank, but also hitting the Velites in the flank and driving one into destruction. Now, the point cost on this scenario isn't very high. Let me see what they're at. I gotta write these down, but Numenidians have to lose 54, Romans 57. So there aren't a lot of losses you can take. Obviously, the armies aren't very big, but every unit is kind of important. Of course, the Numenidian units, the cavalry, bigger cost than some of these little infantry. All right, onwards. Well, Massinissa gets the second strike, so he gets to unleash his cav, and does quite a bit. He does not get a moment. He got a line command, which isn't that guaranteed with Leilis there. Actually, yes, it is. He's got guaranteed line commands, as long, but he can only command the Numenidians. So yeah, okay. But he wasn't able to get a momentum because he got trumped in on. Now, he destroyed one of his opposing Numenidians, which is a valuable thing, but he lost one off in pursuit because of it. And now we had a trump in with Maharbal, or whatever his name actually is, and he gets to try to do the same thing. Now, the Romans are a little more tightly packed. They didn't spread out for the attack as much, so they're a little better defended than whatever we had kicking over here with the Numenidians. Well, here we see the final chaos of a cav battle underway. Sweeping in with these, basically destroyed all of the Roman cav, the regular Romans, as opposed to the Numenidians. There's one still sitting here, one's routing back here, and two are knocked off the board. That looks really bad for Rome there. And back here, well, one of the Roman units, one of Massinissa's units that he couldn't rally, routed off the map. That's gone too now. So what do we have point-wise? Well, the Romans have lost 8, 20, 25, and the Numenidians have lost 8. Now 25 is what, about half? I think what we're allowed? Yeah, the Romans are allowed to lose 57. So I'll score that, and then we'll go to another turn. And we got, both sides have units that pursued off the map. Okay, so starting off this turn, the Romans move forward with the Velites, threw their missiles, but did not engage. They don't want to actually fight those medium infantry. If the medium attack them, they don't have a tremendous bonus. So as long as we can just keep doing hits and keep them kind of pinned, I think we're succeeding mainly. The only problem is this guy is loose and he can come in, but that's kind of protecting the flank a little. So as long as the cav doesn't break that, it's okay. Over here on the cav side, the Prefect Equitus had one unit left and one routing. He sent the unit left to hit the guy in front of him, couldn't do anything else, and ended up routing because heavy cav, the Roman cav, have an advantage, as I believe do heavy cav, against light cav. Great when they're attacking, fantastic. But he routed the Numenidian, and then marched in front of another one, and got routed by just approaching that one. He couldn't continue his pursuit. He also went back to try to rally a unit, and that one broke, and the Romans keep approaching their deadline there. Alright, well, I guess we're on Leilis, and he doesn't have a whole hell of a lot left to do. There aren't a lot of Roman troops left. So, Ticenius, or whoever actually is there, managed to make some attacks. Not terribly successful against Massinissa's cav, but Massinissa tried to trump in on a momentum, failed, and that's probably the biggest bonus of all, was he was able to move around and kind of do stuff where Massinissa hasn't been able to take any actions. Now we get to make an attack with this big infantry line, and we've cleared this open so we can get the flank now. Okay, so what ended up happening? Sisyphex marched forward with, made the attack with his forces. And it was a mixed result. You see some of them fell back, routed, he got to rally them, and whatever, managed the outflank, but it didn't do a whole lot. And then over here with the Maharbal leader, he was able to basically finish off whatever was left kicking around on this side. I think he had some infantry, something, I don't know. He's got these losses. But he failed with a die roll of doom, which gave Massinissa command again. And Massinissa's got the green ones, even though he's a brown leader. He ended up routing some of the Numidian calves, so things are getting a little uglier. We'll do the count up, and this may be the... I don't know. Well, this is the position in the battlefield. Still a mess, right? These calf battles always are. It's 13 points for the Romans, 21 for the Numidians. I think I'm just going to try to get this all on one tape, even if it ends up a little long. Well, quite a bit's been happening without a lot of, without me coming in and breaking things up. The lower valued leaders, well, rallying some of the Roman stuff in the line. Also sending just a little bit of the Velite forward, fight here and there, pushing one guy back. Then when the left flank of the Numidian cav got its activation, and it slammed into some things and actually drove one of Massinissa's Numidians off board, and now there's another Numidian off board there. Well, they got a continuation. Massinissa ended up trumping in, and he rallied his forces, but he failed to get his continuation, and in fact got a die roll of doom, but it didn't have any effect. We got two more guys, one of which cannot get a momentum. Well, our first guy here, Sisyphus himself, didn't manage a lot. He didn't have a lot of commands to do. He rallied some of his forces, or no, he didn't even do that. I don't know what the hell he did. He may have launched a couple of attacks, actually routed some of his forces that way. But what happened was Mahrabal then got a full 3 initiatives, and he was able to rout the Roman cav here that was recovering, and smack some other units, including some destructions. So he managed to do 13 casualties. There's going to be 6 more coming off with these guys. They're going to rout off the map. That's 19. 19 is going to put us up to, hey, imagine that, 4057 exactly, which is the Roman rout number. So this battle is over. The Carthaginians took 5 points of losses. They're well within their range at 34. Historically, this was a Roman victory. With 2 lines of Numidians, I think the Romans are going to be hard-pressed to pull this one off, even with Massinissa there commanding one side. On the other hand, maybe some things didn't go terribly well for them here. Anyway, this one's going up, and hey, it's just about the right length anyway. Awesome.